Suppose if I read one article in the Deccan Herald, just to give an example, you'd have a page that highlights the entire career from, I mean, at least most of it. At least
most of it, yeah. I mean, everything that you need to know.
So it's a bigger compilation of information.
Yeah.
And how is that appealing to today's reader? I'm just asking. I'm curious.
It's not.
I'm just curious.
It's not. That's the thing. That we as an organism, I think that's the thing. People fail to recognize that journalism is an organism unto itself that's trying to. It's like the whale. What a weird example, but it's like the whale. It's the weirdest creature, as far as I'm concerned, because it was in the sea. Somehow came back to land, lived as a full-fledged mammal, and went back to the sea.
The whale?
The whale, yes. The whale was a full-fledged mammal.
A land mammal?
Yes. And went back to sea.
What are you saying? I've never heard of this.
Google it right now. I'm not
I think
joking.
after this, you're saying the whale was
a
sea creature, which it is, was a land animal?
It evolved into a land animal and then went back to sea.
Okay. This is going to be one of the snippets. One of the promos for this particular conversation.
Oh my God! This is like going into Richard Dawkins territory now. But that's what it was, right? So it's like we are trying to understand that process. We have exited the water, entered land. How do you go back? What do you go back as? So that's what we're trying to figure out, right? And it's going to take time. It's going to take time and there is no answer to what is the future. Will we be able to hold people? Because the retention span, again, like you said earlier, is varying year on year. Some people, of course, now we've reached the point where everyone is quote unquote woke. Yeah. They want to read the newspaper because it used to be a thing. Because like the Telegraph, it's going, out of production.
Out of fashion. For various reasons.
So the woke culture is sort of bringing the newspaper back in some regard. But simultaneously, there's the
Is that a fact? I mean,
it is.
Okay.
And simultaneously, you have the social media culture, which is kicking up the newspaper. So somewhere there.
So you're saying a part of woke culture is trying to bring back print as in consuming the newspaper?
It's trying to.
As in, what do you mean? There's a breed of young people who are trying to read newspapers?
Of course.
But why would they? Because they have it all on their iPads and their mobile
Because they understand. I think some of them are smart enough to understand that the quick news is quick for a reason. It's not researched. Not to say that newspapers are entirely researched, but we have the benefit of the benefit of time to research this. If I'm writing a copy on cricket, let's just example of a match. I will take 2 hours as I'm watching the match to research every single point that goes into the said report at the end of the match. So by the time it appears to you, the work is actually not me watching 8 hours of cricket. The work is me doing the research for 3.5 hours to find out every single detail that leads to the end. That's the amount of time that I have to put in to give you absolutely factual information.
ಯಾರು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು